Morning, everyone. It's 8:55, and this is your pre-opening comment. It's video number 471, and we'd really appreciate if you'd subscribe to the channel. Okay, so Asia is mixed, and Europe is slightly higher based on our action yesterday, and I guess this morning, because futures are up now also, with the Dow's implied open up about 138 and S&P up about 15, and the NASDAQ is up about 75, I believe. Okay, so here's the focus: COVID, COVID, and COVID. I early on was very negative about the market because of this. I continuously said that things are worse than they seem, or worse than we're being told. And yesterday we had the biggest increase in cases in months, 63,000 new cases yesterday, bringing the total to about 8 million. This market has tremendous headline risk on the downside. In that vein, I will mention that the World Health Organization is not particularly overwhelmed with remdesivir from Gilead. They're still studying it, but they're not finding the glowing remarks that Mr. Trump or anybody else has made about it. LVMH, that's the luxury brands, has a loss, but it's not as bad as expected, although the stock basically was 465 to 500. Right now it is trading at 500, up 1588 or 3.3%. Daimler Automobiles, not great numbers, 13 and 3/4, down 34 cents, and it had a range of 14 to 14.47. The Hewlett Packard Enterprises had a beat top and bottom. Stock is trading 1017, up 29 cents or 2.9%. And Intuitive Surgical, which reported yesterday, really got pounded. The range was 759 to 709. The last on it is 715, which is up $1.50. And even though the numbers were not overwhelming and the stock was down, both Stifel and Wells Fargo have an upgraded target of 815. Up from 727. Yesterday's Array Technologies, ARRY, an IPO at 22, opened at 37.55 and closed at 36.45. So pretty healthy move, 14.5 on a $22 stock. Okay, this next comment I'm going to make is hopeful. And hopeful is that the newbies at Robinhood and anywhere else don't take the news on Hertz too seriously. The stock is trading 172, up about 70 cents on the news that they seem to have secured 1.65 billion in debtor in possession refinancing for the company. That does not mean that the company's equity holders are going to survive it. Usually, debtor in possession is last money in, first money out. And it's also usually secured by every asset that the bankrupt company has. So it has to be approved by the bankruptcy court. But as I said, it's up about 70%. Don't buy it. Okay, and there's one last one, SG Blocks, symbol SGBX. And not the first rodeo for this one. This is an EV charging deal with some sort of a common agreement with Blink, which is also a charging company. The stock is closed yesterday 209. This morning has traded as high as 465. Last is 415, up $2.06. So just short of 100%. And there's a warning that goes around with this one too. This company reverse split their stock in February, 1 for 20. So there should be a lot of supply over the market. And frankly, this is the version of 1999ed.com to your name. Okay, the chart on the screen is the bonds. And the bonds got up yesterday. We bought the put. We didn't buy the puts. We bought calls on the inverse ETF. We closed near the low, tried to rally this morning. We are sitting on the low and down a bit. So I'm pretty hopeful that we get a break at least, to this 173.10 area, but, could go substantially lower. Show you the rest of the chart. And as you see, this is a consolidation we talked about. We got short when it couldn't get back into that consolidation, came down, tested the low, and now made another lower high. So I'm happy to be in the TBT, that's short bonds, long interest rates. And that's about it. The oil is down. The dollar is down a little. The gold and silver have some fairly anemic rallies. And that's about it, folks. Have a good day. Be careful out there, and I'll talk to you later.